hello. It is Wednesday, December the 13th, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Guys, my name is Kenda. Y'all know me. I'm the host of this show right here, right now, today. Minding my own podcast, live on the TDI Network. I'm extra today, y'all.
That is okay.
Awesome. So I want to welcome my special guest today. Y'all ready? It's okay. At least I know. This is my girl Tashima Dean.
Hello,
Yes.
everybody. Good evening. Hi, Kenda.
Hey, boo. It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Now, y'all know Tashima. Y'all seen Tashima before now.
Right.
This ain't your first time seeing Tashima. She is the owner and the founder of Fight AAA.
Yes, I am the owner and CEO of Fight Anxiety, Addiction, and Adversity Corporation.
Yes. Go ahead and clap, my girl.
Yeah. Thank you.
My buttons ain't working. That's what he was talking about a moment ago. And this is my girl Carmela.
Yes.
She was training me. She was kicking my ass back in November for the 21-day challenge.
Yes.
H2O Athletics.
Yes.
Mhm.
Hustle
Let's
to
go.
Overcome Athletics. My name is Carmela Harris here with Kenda. How you doing, honey?
I'm doing good. Thank you for coming
Of
out.
course. Thanks for having us.
Yes, absolutely. Two of my favorite ladies.
And you are my favorite.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
Supportive.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I
Sure.
love the love. Awesome. So today we're gonna dig in deep with Tashima. She's got some amazing things going on. So I want to learn more about these things and how she can help some of you and maybe some people that you know with her organization. So I'm gonna start off, share a little bit about your story, sis.
Okay. So my story actually was birthed through my own personal journey. So I am in recovery from alcohol over a year now. September 2nd, 2022 was my sobriety
That's
date.
amazing.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank
Yes.
you. And it kind of just fell on me like all of a sudden because I never knew that I was going to have a problem with alcohol because my father passed away from cirrhosis of the liver in 2012. And then there's a lot of like a list long, of family members who struggle with alcohol and mental health issues. And it all started from basically dealing with a lot of trauma, dealing with a lot of trauma from childhood to adult life. And then not really handling that trauma, not being able to talk about it, not being able to deal with those issues, go to therapy, in our culture, they tell you to sweep it under the rug.
True.
So
Yes.
I got so comfortable with that when I'm talking about it and actually hiding it that later on it became a problem for me. I got married young. I married at 19. I divorced at 25. And right after that, I became single. So I introduced myself to the single life of going out, going partying and having friends and
Mhm.
basically doing the things that I should have done a long time ago. But I had just, I'm a free woman and started drinking, and drinking became fun. And later on, it became an issue. And last year, I had thoughts of, I was actually trying to do it on my own. I was diagnosed with anxiety, and I tried to basically self-medicate by drinking, going to happy hours and, going to the liquor store and drinking away my problems, thinking that was going to solve anything, and it didn't. To the point where the anxiety was really just working in my head to the place where I wanted to commit suicide. So if in my mind, if I had a bottle of pills, I would have taken the pills and I would have been okay with not waking up, because that's how difficult it is to try to get off of something, especially when it comes to addiction and it's a substance, And so my thing at that time was I needed to talk to God about it. So I prayed because I was terrified of myself at that moment, because I'm like, okay, Shimmy, you never had these thoughts before. Something has to give. And the only thing that I know at that moment was to pray about it. I went to sleep woke up that morning, had a thought. I said, you know what, I can't do this on my own. And tried to, call all these numbers and resources and things, and didn't even no one could help me. It was they kind of gave me the runaround, say call this number and call that number, and I was starting to get discouraged. Like, you know what, I might as well just continue. And when it comes to somebody actually getting to that point and that place in their life where they really want to change and they want that help, you need that resource right away that's able to help you right then and there. And at that moment, I was just, what? I left the house. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my kids or anything. I left the house because I needed to kind of just be one with myself and with God. And then I ended up seeing this email in my phone about recovery, AA meeting. And I called the number, and the gentleman asked me a question. He was basically asking me about my history with alcohol and then generational, substance abuse in my family. And I gave him the answers, and he said, "Well, I think you'll benefit from um, inpatient detox, where they deal with. Also, they help you with mental health as well." And I said, "Well, I can't leave because they wanted me to go all the way to Florida." And I'm making all of these excuses and things. So I said, "You know what, God, please just let me know if I should do this." So I ended up just going. So I went all the way to Florida.
Wow.
To receive the help. And the thing of it is that God had to get me, he had to pull me away from people, places, and things. Because he knew if I stayed here, everybody was going to be pulling on me. Family members were going to, still want this and want me to do this. Friends still wanted me to, I'm still close to certain establishments that I was going to every day. So he had to remove me. And I was there for, I would say, almost 3 weeks. I did 12 step. I did art therapy, sound therapy, all types of therapy. And during that moment, I didn't know for sure if I was going to stop drinking alcohol. I just knew that I needed the help.
Yeah.
When I came back home, I was confused because I'm like, okay, everything is, I don't have the desire to hang with these people anymore. I don't have the desire to go to these places anymore. So I kind of just confined myself to my home, and I just started to pray and talk to God about it. And that's when God gave me the idea to write the book. And that's when I wrote Faster for God's Glory, available right now on Amazon.
Yes. Tell them where you can get it.
Yes.
Faster for God's Glory, available now on Amazon. Nice.
Thank you. And that's how let me just go ahead and fast forward. But Fight AAA was birthed through that. It was through my own personal journey. So I was a recovery coach back in 2018. So I basically had to get in position as a recovery coach for myself to actually coach myself through the healing process, through the recovery process. And now I'm here today.
Wow.
So that's how it started.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Yes, you came a long way.
Yeah. I mean, a lot has transpired over the last year.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of growth, a lot of healing, a lot of crying.
Of course.
A lot of lost friendships.
Of course.
Now, you had said earlier that when you went to Florida, you didn't know for sure if you were going to stop the alcohol or what you were going to get from the experience. When did you start to reflect and realize that you were actually in recovery and what that looked like for you?
It was when I started feeling alone at home because I was scared and I didn't want to drink because I didn't want that feeling of suicidal thoughts coming back to me.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to. I had went through so much. Literally, I remember I worked at the VA hospital and they allowed us to pull from our TSP, our retirement, and you can pull up to I think it was $20,000. I remember pulling $10,000 from that account. And in 2021, I believe, I looked at my bank statement. I had spent almost $10,000 at the bars.
Wow.
I knew it was a problem, and I own a house and this need to be fixed and that need to be fixed. So I was ignoring the priorities that was going on like that needed to be taking place at that time.
Yeah.
Spending money in the bars on people, places, and things, and the people that were around me at that time, they just wanted to have fun. Nobody pulled me to the side and said, well, Tashina, you spending too much money. My bill would be like $200, $300 a night.
Wow.
Like
And you had people with you that was always with you.
Yeah, running up a check too.
Wow.
And every time if they didn't pay their bill, you know what the owner would do? Tack it right on my bill.
Goodness.
And I wouldn't even say anything. That's another thing. I didn't have no backbone because I had no self-respect.
I was gonna say it was really kind of taking over your life at that point, and you just knew that you needed your life back.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so proud of you. I can't
Most
even.
definitely.
I can't even express how much. I think that it took so much courage, and like you said, it took God and really self-reflecting and wanting to figure out your place in the world too, because you couldn't do that forever. There's no way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, when you're already successful, you have accomplished so much, and you do a lot of great things. A lot of people don't see what's underneath all that. So a lot of people wasn't seeing the drunk shit. They was seeing the nice and all of that, but they wasn't seeing because over the years, your body just starts to become consumed to that toxic waste. And it's like now that niceness is gone and now it's taking over. Now you're a totally different person now.
Yeah.
So it was I just thank God that, I was talking to Kendra earlier. It's like now that I know how drink responsibly looks like, I would say like, hey, you know what? Doing it in my own will, I probably would go back to drink because now I know what not to do and what to do. But that's not my purpose though.
Yeah.
Right.
My purpose is God's will. What He has put in position. Like I didn't go through all of that pain and all of that mess just to go right back.
That's right.
So I always have to remind myself of that.
Absolutely. Tell us what you think that what do you think that loved ones can do to help with the recovery process? Because you said there were people that just kind of they could see that you were spiraling down, but nobody actually said anything. What would you had liked them to do?
I would say it takes the person first to recognize that they have a problem and they need help. And once that is actually out there on the table, then it's time for the family members to step up and do their part. That's recognizing what the triggers are, recognizing what their boundaries are, because now this person has to set new boundaries, or just set boundaries if they've never had it.
Right.
They have to learn how to listen and also be respectful of their decision making.
Yes.
Also sometimes because I know for a long time a lot of my friends at that moment they left me. So at the end of it, I really just had my kids, I had my best friend, and then I had my man. That's it. And of course my mom, my siblings, but everybody else that was at the bar drinking, they left.
Wow.
So my best friend, she didn't even know how to support me at that moment either. And I didn't fault her because it was my responsibility to tell her, like, hey, you know what? I need you. I need you right now because you're a huge part of why I am who I am today because you supported me. You wasn't one of those friends that just allowed me to get messed up, drunk, or spend all my money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You were there to pull me out of situations. And when I voiced that to her, she was able to help me because I was able to say, like, hey, invite me to your function. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And me and
I was just about to say
talking
that.
about that. What did you say?
I said, don't take away my choice.
Yes.
I love that.
Don't take away my choice.
That's exactly what it should be. You should still be able to participate in activities and, like you said, have a game plan, figure it out in advance. So when you get there, you know what to do that's going to work for you.
Exactly. And then that brings me to the launch of the non-alcoholic
Yes.
beverages.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's
Let's go.
I am so excited about this initiative because
As you should.
this was birthed through warfare.
Yes.
I'm talking about complete warfare. Like right before my year sobriety, like the enemy was playing in my head. I mean, I was going to functions after functions. I'm talking about entrepreneurship events. And most of the time at a lot of these establishments and events, they only have alcohol available. So it was more of not the fact that I wanted to drink. It was more of wanting to fit in.
Yeah.
Like, okay, all you have is water, but I want to be included. I want to be sitting at a table with a nice drink as well. I don't want to just be an outsider. And it was more of, okay, well, if I just go ahead and just drink, then I'll fit in. And the enemy was just playing with playing in my head, and I was just wrestling with it. And I literally had stopped going to functions and started like really getting heavier in prayer. And that's where the non-alcoholic beverage initiative
Wow.
came from. It's like, why should I go to an establishment and not have choices? That's just like when you get an appetizer. So most of the time you want to try everything.
Yeah.
I want to have choices.
Yeah.
If you like chicken and you like egg rolls, I may want some fried broccoli. Let's get it all on the platter. Why leave out the individuals who want to be included when it comes to the social setting?
That's right.
That's not going to change.
That's nice.
So that's why I came up with the non-alcoholic beverage initiative, to show people you can still enjoy yourself in a social
Most
setting
definitely.
That's so
without the
important.
alcohol.
That's so
You
important
don't
what
need
you're
it all
doing.
the time.
You
And then
don't.
even if you choose to drink, let's create a plan. Let's create the plan before you start the consumption of alcohol.
That's a really good point, and I'm actually glad that she's here, that they're both here for more than one reason today. So y'all know it's December 2023. The new year is approaching.
That's right.
The numbers when it comes to people drinking and driving when they go out, it's insane. Somebody out there knows someone with a DUI or OWI. Somebody out there knows someone who unfortunately had to experience that and learn the hard way not to drink and drive. Some people's lessons were even worse because they did not survive those circumstances. And sometimes it wasn't even the driver, it was someone else driving while they were out minding their business. So this is a really, really important lesson that we should definitely be putting out there around this time of year. I would say, especially because of the new year approaching, everybody wants to go out. Everybody wants to have drinks. People want to party like rock stars, and then they want to honor those New Year's resolutions after the new year.
Right.
Exactly.
But you're here to say, hey, why wait? Start today.
Be proactive.
Be proactive.
Not reactive, because after all the damage is done, then what?
Right.
I can't stand when the laws and the rules and the regulations are created after someone has passed away or died. All of that has been created. And it's like, okay, this is one of the things I can't understand. When you think about the stakeholders in a situation of a person who has been drinking and driving and they cause a deadly accident, right? There are so many other people that person came in contact with that could have prevented that.
Yeah.
You have the bouncer who actually seen this person before they went into the establishment. You have the people, whoever that was with them, their friends, family members, whoever. You also have the bartender who created the drink.
And they're supposed to be monitoring how many drinks you're having.
Right. And then you have the bar owner as well. So it's like, okay, if the drink limit is 0.8%.
We can probably Google it right quick.
Yeah, it's 0.08.
Is it? Okay. See, I never had
0.08%. For most people, that's like a limit of 2 drinks. But it also goes by body weight as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So if the bartender, you constantly giving the same person, because I remember I was in that place.
Mm-hmm.
They're constantly still selling me what? Tequila, tequila, 2 shots. I'm already past my my alcohol content
Yeah.
at that time.
And they're not even thinking nothing about it.
And they
It's all
could
about that
have
dollar.
and
Yeah.
they could have offered an alternative and say, hey, you know what? We have a non-alcoholic beverage alternative over here. It's not gin or it's not tequila, but it tastes similar, or it is alcohol free. How about you try that instead?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not leaving here, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
wasted or in a possibility of having, an accident.
You know what? I think it would be great if you had some conversations with some of these local establishments that sell alcohol quite often. And I always go back to thinking about the bars and the
Mhm.
clubs because that's where people tend to go.
Right.
Um, maybe this not alcoholic initiative needs to be pushed into these places as well. Yes, you are um you're making money. Of course, that's the reason you're open, but take care of your community all in the same.
Right.
Provide alcoholic and non-alcoholic options so people can come out, enjoy themselves, and be around their loved ones and their friends and still feel like they're a part. Like you said, that
Correct.
was one of the big things is
Feeling included.
being
Yep.
included.
Mhm.
So I think that your initiative and the calling that God has for you even goes in those rooms.
Yes.
Exactly, and that's what the non-alcoholic initiative is.
Yeah.
Is to get those establishments who are who are not providing that option, to get them like to actually provide that,
Mhm.
and to also honor and put light on the individuals who are.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
like for instance, Hyacinth, she is the owner of Tropic MKE. She has been providing non-alcoholic beverages since she first opened concoctions.
I love it.
And that is why I chose to have my event December 17th at 5 p.m. at Tropic there, because that's her.
Yeah.
She has
Mhm.
been providing that since then, since day one. And she has her reasoning behind it, and I have mine. But for her to actually think about that
Right.
group of individuals, not
Mhm.
just,
To be conscious of that.
yeah,
Mhm.
because it's not just about, let me just go to this side about the whole profit world. You have pregnant individuals
Yeah.
who
Right.
don't drink. You have people who are on certain medications.
Mhm.
You have people who practice certain spiritual beliefs that don't
Yeah.
drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not only are you providing something for individuals who are struggling when it comes to mental health and recovery, but you're leaving money on the table.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And then when I did my research, because January 11th I'm having the dry crawl, the only establishments in our culture, Black culture, that provides that option is, I would say, um, Honeybee Sage, of course. And then you have
Mhm.
Tropic,
Mhm.
and then you have 1700
Pull up.
Pull up.
Pull Up. Yeah.
Okay.
And we have so many bars and
Yeah, we do.
establishments. And then the number of individuals who struggle with alcohol is really in
Yeah.
our community.
I was gonna say I also feel like the reason why a lot of places don't offer it is because they know if you are out of your mind, you're
You going somewhere? You going somewhere?
and you're gonna keep spending money
Yeah.
because you're not really aware that that you just spent $50. You go somewhere and you intend on drinking, and so you like, I'm gonna drink.
I'm gonna leave my tab open.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave my
I'm
tab
gonna
open.
leave my tab open.
And next thing you know,
Put it up.
And that's
Yeah.
exactly what happens. And I
Yeah.
know, like for December 17th, I talk about the mindset, because it's a mindset
Mhm.
shift that you have to have. A lot of people, they want to look a certain way around people.
Mhm.
They want to
Mhm.
feel a certain way when they're dealing with trauma or they're dealing with issues and they're around certain people. A lot of people really cannot have fun or be themselves, as they say, without alcohol.
Mhm.
I didn't know that I was this dope without alcohol
You
until
are
I
dope.
Oh, you super
discovered
dope.
how much I love myself. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I used to hide behind a lot of things behind alcohol.
Yeah.
And when you change your mindset, you don't have a problem saying no, or you don't have a problem asking for
Right.
something other than alcohol. Like I was in I had went out of town and they didn't have a non-alcoholic menu. So you know what I did? I asked for a martini glass. Like, hey, can I get a martini glass with a cup of ice and sparkling water? Okay. Created my own. If y'all don't have it, I'm gonna create my own.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna make sure it looks pretty, and you know, so that's something too that I'm gonna show people too, that
Yeah. Put a lime on the side.
right.
Mm.
You don't have
That's
to
right.
you don't have to always consume alcohol. And then if you do, again, know your limits.
Yes.
Know your limits.
That's important. I personally have encountered situations where I went to hang out with friends and they wanted to play some kind of drinking game. And it was, oh, if you get this wrong, you got to take a shot. And I've had to tell people, I'm not taking no shot. Oh, yes, you are. That's part of the game. No, I'll take a shot of water.
Period.
I know my limits.
Yeah.
And I know me and alcohol is no. Like I can do like maybe a bottle of wine,
Mhm.
the little mini ones.
Mhm.
I can do like 2 of those. Even when I do my pod, I will never do more than 2 of those.
Mhm.
But like hard liquor and all that, I'm not a fan of that, you know?
Yeah.
And I've had people try to pressure
Pressure
me
you. Yeah.
into participating in whatever game it is that's being played, or just saying, hey, you know, we don't see you that much. We're having a good time. Have another drink.
Girl, that used to be
Guilt
me.
tripping you.
I used to
Mm.
be me. I used to be that friend and that person and be like, you ain't drinking, get away from me.
Man.
And I'm just gonna keep it real. I used to be that's why my bill would be so high, because I'm over here. You ain't drinking. I'm buying you a drink. Buying you a drink. You know, and it was
You like, ain't no excuse.
it was a thing of just feeling like, okay, well, this is the only time that I can feel like I'm in control.
Mm.
You know, because for so many years, you know, with the verbal abuse and physical abuse, that was stripped away from me. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, with alcohol, I can feel in control, but still not really have a backbone.
Mhm.
It also, what they call it, liquid courage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It gives you that feeling though. But that's how you know something ain't right.
Yeah.
If I have to use that to feel more powerful,
Yeah.
or like you said, feel like I'm in control, or feel like I'm doing something that allows me to fit in and enjoy myself with everybody else the way they choose to enjoy themselves, it's kind of like a red flag right there. It's saying, you know, this ain't really you. You know, so I'm glad that you are able to help other people now to see some of those flags and some of those things, or you know, characters or behaviors out there, so they can recognize it.
Yeah.
Because some people, in my family, I've seen so many people have issues with alcohol, and I've seen it really tear people down, and it's hard to see. So having people, you know, that actually care enough to say, hey, I'm not going to do this for you. I'm not going to go to the liquor store for you. I'm not buying that. I'm not handing
Right.
you a beer. You've
Right.
had too many. Helping people cut themselves off,
Right.
right?
I used to do that with my dad. He'll be like, Shima, go to the store and get me a big nasty. You know, like the Milwaukee's best.
Oh,
Yeah, a big nasty. I didn't know they called that.
That's what they call it down south. He was
Yeah.
from
You
Mississippi.
said big nasty.
I'm not going to get you
So
no
big
no,
nasty.
I'm not going
You don't even sound right saying it right. Big nasty. Shima go get a big nasty for your paw.
That's a weird drink name. But okay, yes.
I guess it was nasty. It had a nasty taste, and
I
it was in like
believe
a big can. I don't know.
Yeah, I could never.
Big nasty.
Like my mom, I mean, I'll go to the store and buy little cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's just certain stuff, you know. It's kind of like,
See, that was my crypto night.
Mhm.
I used to smoke cigarettes,
Okay.
and I've been cigarette free for 2 years now.
Come on now.
that's good.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
Come
real good.
on, now that
Thank
is
you.
a hard.
It definitely
It
is
was
hard.
really tough.
Yeah, that's something really hard to quit.
Yeah, and it was seeing what they do when it comes to tobacco is they give you all these options to say, oh wait, no, this ain't as bad as that. So I went through that. I went through the, Let me smoke cigarettes. Nope, that's not good. I want to quit that. Let me try Black and Mild. Ooh, no, this is worse. I'm cool on that. I'm done. I'm quitting. Then they came up with those vapes.
That's harm reduction that you were doing.
I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out a way to still do what I wanted to do, but it not be bad for me.
Yeah.
Now that's something else.
Listen,
I'm like, it's got to be a way to make this
Right.
work. But no, there is no way to make it work. And those vapes are like worse than
Yeah.
both of the two. Worse than the cigarettes, worse than the Black and
Yeah.
Milds. So if y'all smoking them, put them down. Put them
down.
down, please. They was hurting my chest. They were
That's-
killing me.
That was justifiable behavior. I actually was doing that during the my warfare. It was so funny because I started basically just arguing with myself.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, well, you can have wine. Wine is not bad. I'm like, girl, you know, you got an addictive personality. You can't even take no wine. Come on now.
You like that? I can't do it.
We breaking generational curses.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then I say, well, you know what? I can just use it as a reward when I go out of town or go on vacation. Girl, you know you only gonna put more vacations on the schedule.
right.
Or you can just be gone.
I
and
need
be
a vacation for
drinking.
after the
Yes.
vacation. So, yeah.
See, look at you. See that? See, I love that though. I love that. See, she like you was recognizing the excuses
Yeah,
you were making.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, you ain't finna do it to Shima, dog. Bye, devil.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
you.
Stomp
Right.
on them real hard,
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
hard. Out of my life.
Yes.
Yes, yes. You got any stories? You got any issues you ever
Ooh,
had?
listen, if I ain't had no issues, I wouldn't be here
Girl,
today.
tell us a little bit about you.
Listen, so me in a nutshell, Hustle to Overcome Athletics, derived after I had my son, who's now 8 years old. Had some issues, some health issues. And you know, women, when we pregnant, we know our bodies. And I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, tell women all the time, listen to your body.
Yeah.
Listen, the doctors say, oh no, and they just like kind of like sweep it under the rug. Those are pregnancy pains. And I'm like, I done been pregnant before, and these ain't the same things, you know. And so I was telling this lady, like, no, lady, I know my body. This is not associated with the pregnancy. So throughout my pregnancy, I was having these issues, and I had my son, and guess what? Still had them issues. Now listen, lady, I done had this baby.
Why I still feel
Why
like
I
this?
still feel it this way? She was like, well, you know, I'm gonna send you to somebody. Well, went to a specialist and was diagnosed with 4 different autoimmune diseases.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm glad I listened, because sometimes we be in our own heads. New baby, you know, stress. And I'm like, no, she probably just right. It's, you know, probably just lingering, you know. And I'm just like, you know, God, thank you for giving me the spirit of discernment to like follow through. Because after having a baby, you be tired.
Right.
You gotta clean, you gotta breastfeed, you gotta what? I gotta get myself together to go pick this child up from school. I gotta do all of this. Where was the time gonna come where I can go actually tend to my needs?
Right.
So went to go see a specialist, and they're like, well, it's too far gone. We're gonna have to put you on medicine. And I'm like, medicine? I don't do medicine. I did my prenatal vitamins by the grace of God, because I'm allergic to them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, what's the medicine? The medicine was actually a chemotherapy pill. No, wrong person. I'm not doing it.
Oh wow.
Not doing it. So it's been 8 years. I've not been on any medication in 8 years.
Nice.
How I was able to combat, I still have these 4 autoimmune diseases, but how I was able to combat it was to bury myself in the gym. I was unable to lose weight. I got up to 264 pounds. Never been that heavy before in my life, even while I was pregnant. And so I'm like, you know what? I got to get this weight off me. Tried the regular way, going like regular gym people, 3 days a week for a half hour. Just wasn't cutting it. I actually had to go 10 times harder than a normal person. 5 days a week, sometimes 2 a days.
Yeah.
And I had me a trainer who was awesome. Shout out to Chuck. Getting cut with Chuck.
Shout out Chuck.
Right, in Midtown Chuck. So we got it in. We got it in, and he allowed me to be myself. We target a lot of the issues that I was going through as far as my health. cool. I got this other job. Had to work second shift. Had to work first shift. Chuck didn't have no availability. So I'm like, hold on, Chief. We need to figure this out. We got to figure this out because he's allowed me to come and we got the work in.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I can't stop working out. I love it. I love it too much. I love how I'm feeling. The weight is coming off. My health is improving.
Mhm.
I'm not on any medication. God sent me somebody else. And so my homegirl Chrissy with Rose Athletics,
Mhm.
she was my second trainer. That's my homegirl. Shout out to her.
Shout out, Chrissy.
Went out to a few of her month sessions. Killed it. Killed it.
She got a real fun class.
Yeah, she do. And had an amazing time. Built relationship with those ladies. It's phenomenal working with her. And then she can go off and have her baby. I'm like, listen, God, if you just want me to be fat, just say that. So
I'm done with you.
So I'm like, I gotta keep going. Like, she gotta do her thing. Chuck ain't have no availabilities. And then I'm like, all right, God, what you want me to do? Because I gotta keep going. I have to keep going for me. I got little ones that need me.
Yeah.
I got a family to provide for too. So then my homeboy Virgil Smith.
Shout out to Virgil.
Shout out
Virgil.
to Virgil. Let me tell y'all about this cat. Him and Maurice. Now Maurice is kind of like my little brother. Him and my little brother, my real little brother, were like best friends in high school. And so just reconnecting with those fellas, it was amazing. We were like,
yeah, he real cool.
Man, y'all can't tell me nothing about them. So we were doing 1 pound down Saturdays, and it's nothing but high intensity.
Okay.
Hitting the gym. And then although I was lifting weights with Chuck, it was something totally different with Virgil. It was totally different.
The style different.
Not just the style, but we were actually lifting weights. I was squatting. I was deadlifting. Like the bars, like not what we was doing in the gym. Not like the Smith machine, because the machine is actually, I'm gonna be honest, it's doing most of the work.
Okay.
But when we go to a different gym called the Wisconsin Athletic Club, the machine comes off. You doing the work. You doing the lifting. And it was always one thing, and I'm not sure if y'all remember me telling y'all this. I always tell y'all to lock in. So that was one thing Virgil would say. He'd be like, lock in, G. And that just means focus.
Yeah.
Clear your mind. And you don't go down until you're ready to go down. And I would lock in, focus, and then I would squat. My biggest PR with working with Virg was 255 pounds.
Wow.
I'm working myself back up because training is something totally different when you're working on yourself. So I find myself that when I'm spending more time with my clients, I'm taking time away from myself because I want to see y'all succeed. I'm going to succeed. When y'all win, I win. Y'all work, y'all results make me look good and feel good. I'm like, make me a proud mama. Like, yeah, mama, you did it. And I feel good seeing that you guys are reaching more goals, knocking down those barriers and things of that sort. So I'm actually going to be getting back in touch with Virgil real soon. So I can meet some new goals, bust them down. Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure if I told y'all this, but one of my biggest goals was to become a female bodybuilder in the health and wellness division. So I'm working towards that. So listen, I'm super excited about that. So when I tell y'all excited, I'm talking about excited. So
I'm excited for you. That's an amazing goal. You got this.
And I got, some of my younger clients. One I believe you guys met. Kawana, I'm going to the military. She beat her goal. Yeah. And now she is in the gym all the time. Miss Carmela, I'm lifting weights. Go ahead. And she'll send me videos. They get me excited to see other people taking their frustrations out in the gym. Yeah. Versus with the bottle or with drugs and alcohol. Yeah. I'm a social worker by trade. So I'm working with people now with substance use disorders or mental health disorders literally every single day. Yeah. So to see my clients put their work in the gym, I call it the lab, that just does something for me. Like the gym for me is a piece. It's my piece. Husband after the food, let me get to this gym. Kids ain't listening, let me pack my bag. I got to go.
It's some good points you making. Yeah.
I love it because that was your recovery. You know, because
Most
a lot of
definitely.
people think that recovery is just from substance. No, recovery is from anything,
Yeah.
any type of new normal that hits your life.
Yep.
You got to get in recovery mode, and
Most
you did that,
definitely.
and you found your love for being
Yep.
in the gym.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's so good that you were able to tell that doctor, nope, you're
Mhm.
not putting me on that
Let me
medication.
tell you, they will try to force that stuff on you. Listen, you can refill that if you want. I'm not taking it. You're not gonna force me to. I will drink as much water as I can to flush my system. I will detox as much as I need to. You're not gonna force that on me.
Yeah.
The most medicine I will take is ibuprofen. That's about it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes these doctors, you got to educate them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember recently I went to the doctor, and I needed to get back in therapy because, you know, it's one thing to feel like you got it all together, but sometimes you just want to talk to somebody, you know,
Yeah.
somebody that don't know you, somebody that don't
Absolutely.
know the people in your
Yes.
life. And I went to her and I said, hey, you know, I want to get back into therapy. And the first thing she said was, well, you know, there's a shortage of therapists, and there's a long list of waiting or whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I said, just for future reference, when a patient comes to you with something like that, maybe you should come with a resource, a
Mhm.
backup.
Yeah.
Because
Not no discouraging
right,
speech
right. Because I'm like,
about what's not
I'm
available.
like, praise God for resources where we
Right.
can go to the gym. You know,
Mhm.
you have
Yeah.
that mindset, or you can go to, you know, maybe talk to your friends, or maybe go get a massage or
Yeah.
something, or
Hmm.
read a book, or pray, or go to church. But for those individuals that don't have that
Yes.
mindset, then come on now,
Yep.
Yeah.
that's gonna push them right to pills
Right.
or
Or
alcohol
drugs.
or suicide or
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
That's major.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I feel like there's not enough attention to those issues and those problems within the community
Mm-hmm.
until something bad happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's really the point is don't let something bad happen. Don't let it get to the point where now you're hurting yourself or someone around you is being hurt,
Yeah.
you know. And if the resources that that you're trying to use still aren't working out, that's when you got to call somebody.
Yep.
And I think what I like about what Carmela was saying was, you knew what wasn't for you,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and you did your research, and you know
Yep.
what I mean, and you kind of just stuck to what you knew,
Mhm.
and then you created a whole business out of it,
Yeah.
Most definitely.
out here helping women, overcome their struggles
Yep.
and find themselves. Because I mean, when I be in the gym, it's a struggle to get there. Once you get past
Yep.
Yeah.
that voice in your head to
Yep.
get to the gym, you okay.
I
Yep.
always tell my ladies, once you get your mindset right, everything else will follow.
Yeah.
And
true.
I use that for any and everything. When it comes to church, all right, because the devil play on us, and I don't feel like going today. No, I wake up with a renewed mind, a renewed spirit. All right, let me go.
Yeah.
I'm going to church.
Yeah.
Or when it's time to go to work, man, I don't want to deal with these folks. Get your mind right, because not only am I um, part of the community, I'm also one that's going to be restoring and renewing these people every single day. They are struggling with their addictions. They're
Right.
struggling with their mental health. I got to come correct.
Yeah.
Because if not, they ain't going to be able to smell it and feel it all over me. Like, what is wrong with you? Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? I have to go correct when I'm dealing with these people, even with my clients in the gym. I've had clients say, look, I don't feel like working out today. I just want to vent. All right, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When they let it all out, all right, you ready to work? All that frustration you got, we just finna take it out on the battle road.
Yeah. See, I
Let's
like
go.
that. Just like saying, hey, don't have a drink because you're stressed. Go do something good for yourself. Go work out. Go for a walk.
Yeah.
Go play a
Yeah.
sport. Get your kids together, play volleyball or something. You know.
Because recovery looks different for everybody.
It does.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that you have to go through the 12 steps. No, you don't. And what's so crazy is that you'll realize that you went through the 12 steps without actually going through the 12
Mm-hmm.
steps. And I didn't realize that until I was going through when I was creating a program
Mm-hmm.
for the non-alcoholic beverage initiative, and I was looking at the 12 steps, and I said, "Dang, you already been doing this. You
Yeah.
already already gave all your all to said yes to God. You
Mhm.
already have, said that you have a problem and you're no longer in control and you need God's help.
Yeah.
And then you already
Made
already
amends.
you know,
Yep.
all of that.
Yep.
So it's like it looks different for everybody. I mean, once you get past when I came back from Florida, the next step for me after I had got in the books and learning about anxiety
Yeah.
and learning about addiction and all of that and praying was I had to love back on me.
Yes.
Yeah. You
So
gotta come right back to you.
hmm So I had to register for a self-love therapy class
Mm.
because I didn't know how that looked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All my life I had, people was telling me this, telling me that, and I was believing.
Yeah.
So I had to find that inner person
Yeah.
and start to love her. And when I started to love on her,
Yeah.
it was over.
It was over.
It was
I've been hearing a
over.
lot of stuff about, giving yourself grace.
Mm-hmm.
We have to give ourselves grace. Even with myself, with the gym. I remember I was at a session with Burge and I was in zone doing my thing. And for something that I would normally regularly be able to do, I was unable to do it.
Mm.
And I felt like a failure. I'm talking about I felt defeated. He was like, geez, I'm like, dude, I couldn't do it. And he was like, all right, well, you will. He was like,
Yeah.
just relax a little bit. I'm like, no, I gotta do. He was like, just relax. Even when you are in that mode or you don't even know where things come from or why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, it's okay to rest a little bit. Give yourself grace.
Mhm.
I was like, all right. I went to the treadmill for a little bit. Went home, came back the next day, and I hit it. He was like, you just needed to rest. Give
Yeah.
yourself grace. I had to forgive myself for beating myself up so terribly. I
Yeah.
felt horrible. Felt horrible. Even in your recovery. There are some times where you're going to beat yourself up. Even on this walk, this journey, as you getting ready to launch this initiative, you going to beat yourself up. It didn't go to well. No, give yourself
Girl,
grace.
Give
I've
yourself
been beating
that
myself
grace.
up already. I've been black and blue already.
Yeah, give
So-
yourself
We gonna have to
grace.
stop that. Wrap the
I
wounds
have.
up.
But
Yeah.
it's you have when it comes to any type of recovery or any process, you have to recognize those emotions. You just can't sit in it.
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't want to sit in the mess. I don't want to sit
Wallow.
in
Yeah.
the fear. I don't want to sit in the doubt. Yeah, I'm gonna recognize and I'm gonna cast it out.
Mhm.
Like, you know what, God, take it away.
Mhm.
Because I know what it is. Like, He wouldn't have given me this
Yes.
if it wasn't for me to fight through it. Because
Mhm.
I know it's something better and bigger, and my promise is on the other side. And not only for me, it's for
Yes.
anybody that's connected to the initiative or anybody that's connected to me.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's about building resilience through all our pain.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot. I had wrote something the other day, and it was actually from Marlon. Is that a lot of people really don't support you or they don't understand because they have buried their story.
Mhm.
And because we haven't buried our story and we're actually doing something with it, people see the fruit.
Mhm.
We see the fruit.
Mhm.
We just have to keep nourishing that
Yeah.
that tree. We got to keep nourishing it. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what I've been doing. And
Yeah.
and that's why I try to tell people, it's like, pain is gonna come, life
Yeah.
is gonna come, but what we gonna do?
Right.
When COVID hit, that didn't stop the world.
Right.
The world was still going. They
Still
just had to
spinning
get
around.
they had to figure out the new normal. How
Right.
we gonna get
You're
used
right
to
about
this?
that.
It's the same thing. When somebody passed away, what we finna just sit in the hurt? We finna sit and cry all the time? No. How we gonna get through this?
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's about building that resilience.
It's kind of like a grieving process though, in a
Oh, yeah.
sense,
Mm-hmm.
because like even with me with my workout journey and my weight loss journey and my journey to eat healthier and be a better version of me, it can be, it's like, dang, I gotta stop eating that.
Girl, right.
Listen.
And wow, how the heck I'm supposed to live off 1,400 calories a day? They don't even say that's healthy.
Right. Where say that?
You are in recovery.
But you find tools to get you through it.
Yeah.
I started using this app called My Fitness
My
Pal,
Fitness Pal. Yep.
and I just log in my goals,
Mhm.
and it tells me, okay, based off what you told us, this is what you need to eat. I'm like, I didn't say that.
Cross this off.
Yeah.
But yeah, having that plan
Yeah.
is super important, and figuring out what doesn't work and what does work
Yeah.
is part of that journey too.
Mhm.
So y'all, this was powerful,
Yeah.
and I hope the audience heard y'all loud and clear, because the message is clear. Tell us about your upcoming event so people can get these tickets and come out
Yes.
and learn more about recovery.
Yes, so the event is this Sunday, December 17th at 5 o'clock. It's going to be held at Tropic MKE on Water Street. It's the launch of Fight AAA's non-alcoholic beverage initiative. There will be workshops and also education when it comes to just basically living a social life without the alcohol. And then if you choose to live, if you choose to actually drink responsibly. And then also there's going to be a tasting table for individuals to be able to taste samples.
I love
There's
that.
going to be a chance to win prizes as well. So I'm hoping that, you guys get your tickets.
Yeah.
Tickets are
Get 'em.
available on Eventbrite right now. You also can go to my page. It's Tashima Dean, Tashemiadean. Or you can also get the tickets at Fight AA Corp. That's my Facebook page. Sorry.
No, you fine, you fine. Nice. That's great. Y'all get y'all tickets and understand that this event isn't just for people who are in recovery.
That's right.
This is also an event that you can attend to help you learn a little bit more about what that looks like. And if you have family members, or if you have a friend or somebody that's dealing with this, or even if you found yourself drinking more lately and not knowing what to do with those emotions, or whatever it is, come get inspired.
Yes.
Right? That's another thing.
And it also will help you put together a game plan when it comes to 2024,
Yes.
because I know now is the time when people are reevaluating their relationship with alcohol. And you can create a plan. You can find out what your limit is. You can kind of, figure out some things and some recipes where you can, so you're not feeling like the outsider. Because I know when I used to drink, I used to really just drink because of the people around me. It was a peer pressure thing. So I definitely understand that. So, you want to just come on out December 17th at 5 o'clock. We also are having it's a happy hour, happy for all dry crawl, January 11th. Right now we have 3 establishments that's on our map. I'm looking for 5 actually. So we have Tropic, there's Edith, and then the other one is Central Standard. That is the location that's downtown there on the crawl. But it's a social event to show you that you're able to socialize in an environment and not consume alcohol, to be able to have fun.
Awesome.
I love it. I love it.
Definitely.
Y'all make sure y'all follow her, subscribe, all that good stuff, because there's more coming for 2024.
Yes.
There is.
Yes.
The non-alcoholic initiative is here. Ain't no turning back.
That's right.
And I just want to add one more thing. If there's an establishment that would like to actually be a part of the dry crawl, please contact me. Also, if you're available, please stop by Tropic MKE on Sunday, December 17th at 5 o'clock to see how you can actually be a part of the initiative.
Yes, I love that. Make sure y'all do that. You got an email address that maybe they can also?
Yes, it's Coach MST at fightaaacorp.org.
Love it.
Awesome.
Love it. Well, I want to thank you both. This has been an amazing time. I learned so much from both of you. I know y'all have learned a lot. Play this back if you didn't.
Run it back.
Run it back. Because so much amazing information, needed information, and more to come. So, ladies,
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
me.
so
Yeah,
much.
thank
We
you.
appreciate
yeah,
it.
anytime. And this ain't the first time you seen Tashima. This won't be the first time. you see
It definitely won't be the
We're gonna
last.
come back a few other times after this, because we got so much to talk
Yes.
about. There's so much going on. And there's so much that we're all working collectively
Yes.
to make a difference. So thank y'all for watching. It starts with us.
Most definitely.
And y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Utilize your resources.
Use them.